So hello guys, here's another video today, and in this video I'm gonna be talking about a couple of things I just found out about the Mortal Kombat movie trailer, and I have a couple of things that I just found out. So first of all, we know that every character in this movie have his own or is her main fight. So Jack's main fight is with Waco, and this fight takes place in the Cove stage from MKX, but they make it look more darker with all the spiky roots around it. I just want to see how Jax eventually meets Waco, because I think Waco is working for Outworld in this. And they made the ocean less stormy and made the location look more dark and has this evil vibe on it. This is the location, but they made it look more high. The bridge is more high and it's over an ocean, but they made the ocean low. If you look at it, it's the same location, and I like the how Waco is looking like. I like the armor beside his arms. I like everything. What I really want him to have is his face painting. But I hope that Waco also gives Jax a couple of attacks that's gonna make him bleed, because from what we've seen, it's just Jax beating up Waco, and blood spitting everywhere, because this fight is going to be brutal, especially with somebody who has metallic arms, and Waco is going to be the one that gets fatality, because Jax is about to smash his head with his arms. And I really hope this stage fatality happens, but I don't think so, because I think Jax is going to finish off Waco by himself, not throwing him into the river, and an octopus comes out. I don't think it's going to play like that, so yeah, it's good overall. So I think when Jax loses his arms in this movie, he's gonna be having this emotional conflict with himself and let himself free by becoming the ultimate killer, the ultimate assassin, becoming the guy with no emotions. Cause Becca Brooks has said in an interview with IGN, he said that Jax is an assassin and he's a man who is hunted for years and don't even care if he kills people. So this here, I think that Jax is gonna shoot Sub-Zero multiple times, but don't meet him, because in a 20 video, go check it out. He posted it about November 2020, a 20 video with him just shooting this same gun, but about multiple times, like 4 times or 5 times. But here we'll just see him shooting it 2 times where Sub-Zero ducks one, and the second one he freezes it. So Jack's role, I think, is gonna be maybe expanded, but it's not gonna be that explained. Maybe it's gonna be explained, but I don't know. Since the movie's on time is that low, I don't think any of the characters is gonna be explained other than Cole. I think since he's the main spotlight, but yeah, I still don't have anything bad against the movie. I can handle it. But really, it's still annoying the runtime. But maybe they could try to smash everything in that low runtime. So that's all I have for Jax. Yeah, almost forgot this here. If you look at Jax that is talking to Cole here, he has his normal arms, and they say that his arms was destroyed 7 years ago. Now, are they taking us to 7 years ago prior, then taking us back to the present? Cause does Jax still know Cole 7 years ago? That doesn't him know, and doesn't he knows him? Cause I'm really confused here. He still has his normal arms. His arms aren't changing to metal, because I think the Spear Forces government are the one who's gonna give him his arms. So in this fight here, Liu Kang looks like Ryu from Street Fighter, but I can handle it. Now this move, as we know, is from MK11. He's doing it against Cabal. Now I wonder what Cabal's goal is in this movie. He has already hinted to this fight in a training video that he posted about 29, and you're gonna go search for it on Google. But yeah, if you're gonna look for it, and Twitter, you're gonna spend a long time, because back in 29. And this fight is gonna deliver a lot of kicks, possibly maybe a bicycle kick, as we've seen before. Is from the instant time he dodges Cabal's, I think it blocks Cabal's hook swords, he start delivering these kicks that may eventually lead to the bicycle kick in this fight. Now the fight takes place, I don't know where, but with the dark atmosphere and dark weather, climate condition, and He roams all over the place. I think it's an Outworld. Now, is Cabal working for Outworld? And if you look at Cabal here, he looks like the MK11 version. That the skin is dark gray, like he's already burnt, or is he not already burnt? Because in another picture, he looks like he is wearing his mask. And Daniel Nelson, the actor playing him, said, "Wait on you until you see his mask" on Instagram, after posting a picture of where Cabal is in the trailer. Now, I hope Cabal doesn't dies in this movie. I hope he survives the movie, because Cabal is a real character. And if you look at here, you'll see that, you know, there's this kind of metal around Cabal's head, and this kind of respiratory motions that he used to breathe. I like the rock look of Cabal, that he's wearing all these rags around him, and I like that they are not using too much of the MK11, because almost all the characters, they use the MK11 and the MKX version of them. They just changed some things here and there, but I like the fact that Liu Kang in this costume is wearing black on it. The trousers are black, but I still don't like it that it looks like Ryu from Street Fighter. It's annoying, but it's still great. I prefer the black costume with the red sash on his waist and no headbands. So in this fight, people are saying Goro looks like he's not there, but I don't know. But the Cole here, we know he's wearing an armor, and I think maybe on his journey he finds thinner equipments, maybe kept by his father or in Outworld, and he wears the equipments. Now, it looks like rocky. It looks like a rocky armor. I think the only thing they took from this costume of Goro is the stripe, cause the belt and the clothes around the belt is from MKX. If you look at it here, it's still the same. I'm gonna put that picture back, and if you look at the location, I want you to just look at the location. You'll see that there are trees around the place. There's smoke around the place. Now, I reckon that this fight is gonna take place behind Cole's house. I'm gonna show you why. So if you look at it, it's still the same thing. I also tried to draw an amalgamation of Goro like that with MK9 and MKX. So yeah, you got Toya laughs at me. I don't even know why I put this in this video, but yeah. If you look at the location here, it's still, with trees there and fogs there. Now, I'm going to show you a picture from behind the scenes of the movie that I found leaked in 2019. It was posted by Louis Tan, I think on his Instagram or this Twitter, but I don't think if the post is still there, but it's in 2019 because it's a long time ago, 2 years ago to be exact. So, yeah, this is still the fight. Now, what I don't like is Louis Tan Cole is actually wearing red around the waist of his trouser. I don't want anything about him to look like Liu Kang. But yeah, they give him armor, and I think the armor is strong. They make him special, at least, for a main character. I just want to see where he actually finds that armor. Really, it's suspicious. My curiosity keeps going if I think about that armor. So here's the picture. If you look at it, there's still red smokes around, and the woman who is staying there is not a woman, it's a girl. It's actually Emily Young, Cole's daughter. And if you look, there's a farm tractor there, confirming that it's behind Cole's house. So I think this is where the fight takes place because of the smoggy smoke and the fog around the place, and it's Emily Young. Because I think when he tries to kill Cole's daughter, that's where Cole actually eventually gets his power. Maybe that's where he activates his armor. Maybe the armor forms from the tattoo, and if you look at it here, it's done with fight scenes at 2 a.m. There are trees there, just like the fight there. Now, people are saying Gogo CGI is awful because it doesn't look like his deal, but yeah, it looks kind of like that, but maybe they're not completely done with the CGI. I like Jessica Magne's muscles here, because really, I think this fight is gonna be maybe brutal or not, because I think Cole and Sonya are gonna fight Melina. And Melina might not die in this movie. If you have seen my previous video, John Thorpe is actually confirmed that nobody dies in Mortal Kombat, and Todd Gunn have been hidden that maybe she doesn't die in this movie. It's not permanent. Every death in Mortal Kombat is temporary. And now, Melina's mouth, if you look at the line around it, I'm thinking that it's gonna open up, maybe become wider and tear up and open to be large, because people have really seen this, and I've also seen it. The line at the edge of her mouth, it looks like it's gonna open up, like it's just stitched together, and it's gonna open up Alaska. This is not a full look. Top Ghana has also said that that's not all of her in a tweet. I think I'm gonna show this tweet, but yeah, here, if you look at it, it's not actually Cece Stringer. I think it's a CGI mistake where Tara McKinney, Cece Stringer's double, is actually shown here instead of her, because this lady here is actually bright in complexion, and now it looks like Cole is actually holding Melina's size. People are saying maybe it's Baraka's blade, but I don't think so. Maybe it's from his armor, or it looks like it's actually holding it. Maybe like Wayne's weapon. But if you look at the background, it's like a ship is behind them. I think this is also Outworld. I wonder where they are. I hope that Sonya's blast is natural. And now she says that her cotton teeth back in 2019, I think, or 2020, early 2020. No, she specified it. I had this video, but I couldn't play it. But she specified it that she's getting her cotton teeth here, which means we're gonna get larger teeth. And if you look at it, they painted all her mouth up to her jaws. So I'm thinking that her mouth is gonna be bigger, because I think they're using this kind of green thing for the CGI, maybe particle effects, then add up the CGI here, because the previous one is just particle effects, no CGI done there. And they're also coloring her arms. So is she gonna be getting those kind of spikes around Kaktakan's arms too? I don't know, because I think they're going with this form of mouth, but they're making it more like stitches, more like lines, and when she opens it up, it's just gonna be really, really wide. I think that's how they're doing it, because it's kind of great. It's kind of great if they're doing it like this, because everything we've seen looks like they're doing it like this. And here she says, will Melina be bald? Now, when she turns to Kaktakan, like full Kaktakan, is she gonna be bald? I don't know. But I don't think that she's gonna be bald. I think it's because of the hair makeup. She's just trying to tease us here, make us get confused, and just commenting that maybe it's this, but I don't think that she's gonna be bald. People are saying maybe it's when she turns full Kaktakan, I mean. And here, yeah, it starts saying that's not all of her. So we're gonna see more of her mouth. He's hinting that we're gonna see more of her mouth. And I hope her fight scenes are good before she dies, because when she dies, I know it's not permanent, but she's gonna be gone for a while. And maybe she's gonna show up in the post-credit scene, after-credit scene, cliffhanger of this movie, whatever you wanna call it. But maybe she's gonna show being resurrected by Shang Tsung, because there's gonna be more than 4 post-credit scenes there. And I wonder if they're going with the one in the middle, the kind of mouth in the middle, or if they're going with the first one from MK3. Just ignore that IT picture. I'm not a fan of IT. I just couldn't get him out of that picture. But yeah, maybe her mouth is gonna be full MP11 when she opens it up fully. And I think Kung Lao. Now, before we move to that, Daddy watched me twirl. I think people are saying maybe she means that Shao Kahn, not her actual dad, in the real world. People are saying maybe she means Shao Kahn. Now, I think Kung Lao is gonna fight Nitara in this movie, and Nitara is gonna die. Maybe Kung Lao is gonna cut off her head with his heart, because they haven't showed us which fights in Kung Lao's girlfriend. But I'm thinking it's with Nitara, and Kano, I don't think is gonna have a single fight scene. He's gonna have one with Sonya and one maybe with some outworld creatures, but I don't think that creature is up there. I'm gonna talk about that close to the end of the video. And here, yeah, this is also normal. People are saying maybe there's more than a single MMA fight, but I don't really care about that. It's normal. And here, if you look at this place, it looks like Deadwoods, the location Deadwoods from MKX, but it also looks like where Scorpion is at the beginning of the movie, because I want you to notice those flowers. Those flowers looks like his backyard when he moves that kunai from it. I think that's the place. Maybe he comes to this place to notice some things or interrogate the place. Because if you look at it, you see it's the same flowers. The forest looks the same because they say that they're using Kupeti at the Mount Comfort forest in Australia for 15th, 14th century Japan. They're setting it like that, but it's not actually 14th century Japan. It's just to make it look like traditional, but it's still in the 21st century. And this is the place that they're using for it. I think that's the same location, and nothing has changed. I don't think it's Deadwoods. Maybe it's around Scorpion's fight after he's dead. Maybe it now turns into this kind of Deadwoods. Maybe they're making the location the same because the same flowers are there, and there are trees all over it. So I think it's that same location, or maybe there's a change to it. Because Cole here, yeah, you should watch my previous video. I also talk about Cole's armor and Melian's mouth. Cole here is still wearing the armor because I think both him and Scorpion are gonna fight Sub-Zero. Because as we've seen, we see Cole looking at I think Scorpion, when he teleports with that fire behind around him, is looking at Cole. Here we see Kano with ammunitions and bombs behind him. Now, I don't think Black Dragon is going to be mentioned in this movie, but this might be hinting that they actually exist. And maybe at the end he's going to talk about Black Dragons. Maybe that was just his plans, he's running away his time with the tournament, he doesn't actually care about them. And at the end he's going to fight Sonya, because that's how bad guys think. They don't actually care about anything. They just want to Kano, for some reason, actually, I think is just doing it for the sake of fun. But now, if you also look at this, I like the beautiful shot of how the Sub-Zero is, removing, I think, I'm gonna say destroy, or maybe just pisses the Jack's arms. So, with all what we've seen, really, the fight scenes, I don't think any of them is going to be less than 5 minutes. And the runtime for this movie is not 5 minutes, 1 hour, 35. And if you want to see more about that, go watch my previous video. And this is the clothes. This clothes that they wear there is the clothes that they wear behind their actual armor. Now, if you look at this place, it's Sonya's house. But this creature, I don't think is Reptile. Maybe it's a creature from Outworld who is following a Reptile. Or is just a duplicate or clone of Reptile, but looks different because in this here it looks like MKX's Reptile and it's full CGI, and that Reptile is much more bigger than this one here, because I think Reptile and the Outworld creature is gonna infiltrate Sonya's house, and I think the fire there is gonna be caused by Kano's laser. Because if you look at behind this creature, you're gonna see like a laser. Maybe first laser its heart, its chest out, and put sound inside. Because the skin is really tough, and I don't think Kano's arm can go through that. Because Kano is still in the location where Sonya and Cole are talking. Because he's the one that comes and pass by this kind of crystal-like artifact where Great Kung Lao is. So I like the laser effect here that's not too big, and I like that they're bringing that back. It's from MK3 and MK11. Yeah, I don't really think this creature is Reptile, really. I don't know why people are thinking that it's Reptile, but really, I don't think so, because Reptile is somebody who's not meant to have much screen time in this movie. People are saying maybe it's because he's gonna die, but I don't think so. I don't think that Reptile, and I can bet on it that it's not Reptile. Todd Gardner, if you remember, also posted that guess what it is, behind the scene might be the Savior. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the Mortal Kombat logo. And here, Lulin has already told us that he's gonna be wearing the bandana in the movie, but they didn't notice it. But yeah, that's just it. So, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay gonna healthy, people. Peace. Till next time.